Welcome to Flyshikis TV. My name is Flood, the Alkaline Investor. And here we have today the one and only Billy Carson. How you doing today?
Thank you. Hey, fantastic, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, it's definitely our pleasure. It's definitely our pleasure. So if you don't mind, man, I want to dive right in. I got a lot of stuff I want to ask. I'm a big fan of yours. And I really look up to you and consider you like one of the OGs in the game when it comes to, you know, passing out this real information and this real life-changing knowledge that we should all be trying to soak up. So
thank you, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Is if you can go back into history and be a top advisor for anybody throughout history, and that's on even if you went back to Mars, I don't care who you're referring. Who would it be and what would you tell them?
I would go back to the era of the right before the first war that happened on Earth over kingship. And this war was a heavy marker in time. It created a severe ripple in time and space-time because it was one of the first wars that used, in my opinion, nuclear weapons. You can find evidence of this in the Mahabharata. You can find evidence of this in the Atrahasis and the Enuma Elish. These weapons existed. They had these weapons. And it's talked about in a lot of other indigenous cultures, verbally handed down as well. I would go back to that first war that started in Sumeria, in Mesopotamia, and I would talk these people out of not using these weapons. I would talk them. I would try to find a way to convince them to not use these weapons, and to the next thing I would do is I would try to be a liaison between them and the humans, and I would try to convince these humans that these people are not gods. These are flesh and blood people just like you and me. They put on their pants one leg at a time. You know, you guys outnumber them. You know, you should just band together and create your own economy, your own civilization. I would try to go back in time and change that whole ripple effect, because that ripple effect went out in space-time and created the civilization that we are in right now. And theoretically, according to some theoretical physicists and scientists and futurists, we should already be traveling the stars right now. This civilization right now has been severely held back primarily by religion. The religious inquisitions of the Pope, which spanned over 700 years, killed over 80 million people on this planet to bring religion globally. It wasn't brought around the planet by love, it was brought around the planet by murder and killing and rape. And it also deterred us and suppressed a lot of technology, because technology was the work of Satan at the time. And so it put us back 700 years. Think about that. Scientists were saying that we could have been on the moon in the 1800s if it wasn't for the Inquisitions. That's wild. And in 100 years, we went from a horse, buggy, and carriage to being able to send probes out of the solar system. We can only imagine where we could be right now if it wasn't for that suppression and all that killing. So 700 years, man, that's a long time. That's a lot of suppression. And, if I could have changed that ripple and created a different ripple, that would have been a great opportunity to go back and do that.